Hey guys, just doing some work here on my 2007 Ninja 250. This is the pre-gen Ninja. It's the last year for this body style because, as you know, in 2008 they completely redesigned it. But I was just in the process of cleaning and now letting my air filter dry so it could be re-oiled. I figured I'd make a quick video on how to get to this air filter and maybe show you something about the airbox that you may not have known if you have one of these bikes. So, real quick, to get the air filter out of its housing, out of the airbox, first thing you want to do, of course, is take the seat off. You don't need to take the side panels off as I've done. I was just checking my coolant level. But so you take the seat off, and then from there, you're going to remove these two 10mm bolts holding the tank to this silver bracket. Then you're going to take the four 10mm bolts holding the bracket to the frame. You don't need to take the fuel tank off to remove the air filter, but you do need to lift it up a bit to get this cover off, as you see I've already done. And in order to do that, you also need to remove these bolts here from the fairing, or that hold the fairing to the tank. So once everything's removed, go ahead and remove this fuel overflow hose right here that attaches just with this light little clamp. You can compress that with your fingers and slide it over, pull the hose off. Then you can lift the tank forward, just pick it up a little bit, and you can pull this cover off. From there, you'll see this plastic piece just loosely fit in the airbox. You go ahead and slide that back and pull your air filter out. Of course, while you're in there, check your screen, make sure there's no debris stuck in the screen. I had to take a paper towel. There's a little oil residue in the bottom, wipe that out, and I took a shop vac and vacuumed any loose debris that was in there. Also, when you go to put this air filter back in, you're going to put the air filter in, and you're going to slide this bracket forward, and then when you put this cover on, this point right here in the middle is what holds the air filter against that screen to keep it in place. Also note, there's an arrow here on the lid that should be pointed towards the front of the bike. It's the right way to install it. But now I'm going to get to something that maybe some people don't know about the Ninja 250, or if they're, they go to clean the air filter and they're concerned because they have some oily residue inside the airbox. Now, the crankcase actually vents into the airbox, and that's to relieve pressure, and I think also the idea is to burn off some oil vapor as well. But in doing so, sometimes some actual liquid oil will accumulate inside the airbox, especially if you do a lot of high RPM riding. So, something that you may not know, if you come over here to this side, once again, you don't need to take these side panels off. You have three hoses hanging down. This one is actually, normally was back here. One of them is that fuel overflow that we disconnected from the tank right up here. The other one goes to the coolant reservoir, it's the overflow. And then this one is connected to the front of the airbox. Now there's this lightweight clamp that you can just disconnect with your fingers, and then this plug at the end that it's not thread or anything, you just give it a little twist, pull it out. You may have oil accumulated in this hose, and what this is the lowest point in the airbox, so any oil that makes it up into this airbox can drain into this hose, and then every so often you take out this plug and let the oil drain out. Now I've had my bike I put 5,000 miles on it since I've owned it, and I had enough oil in here that I was glad I had a pan nearby when I took this cap off. Nothing crazy, but I'm glad I've checked it, glad I didn't just let it go all over my bike or on the ground in my garage. So go ahead and give that a check if you have one of these bikes and you're doing some work on it. It's something I don't think maybe a lot of people would know. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll probably be posting a few more things about my bike here as I need to do them. I'm probably going to do some chain maintenance, lube the cables probably. Thanks for watching.